Hello gacha gamers, today we have entire story of Zenless Zone Zero reaction. As I'm recording this video, I haven't played the game yet. I'm about to do some character reactions and then we finally hop into this game. To be completely honest, I'm rather excited about this one. I heard a lot that there is some like 4-part jiggle physics, but believe or not, I'm rather curious about the lore or the story of the Zenless Zone Zero. So without further ado, let's have a look.
Imagine an apocalyptic scenario where everything you know and love has been destroyed. With no other choice but to flee to humanity's last standing city, what would life look
Sounds
like
like
for
real
you?
world.
Would you try to adapt to this new society, or would you seek vengeance for your lost life and everything you once loved?
Vengeance. In the
Zenless
game,
Zero's
always
story
vengeance.
is set in a post-apocalyptic metropolitan city, and this game is responsible for the
No, I remember this music from last stream. What the
You
heck?
constantly use the skip story button in order to get more pulls
Oh,
from
we
playing
can
use
skip the
as fast as
stories.
possible. I don't blame you. Plus,
Okay.
you not reading the lore gives me a job. But if you needed a
That's a
recap
good
video
point.
because you took for granted how good the story actually was, then this video is for you. This video will be a summary of Zenless Zone Zero's main story so far,
Okay.
and will contain everything up to the ending of the version 1.4 story. Today's video is also sponsored by Zenless Zone Zero, and we have a unique
that's
code
nice.
for you to redeem 60 polychromes and 6,666
This code
pennies.
is gone,
I'm
right?
your leafy lore keeper Minsliff, and I read the Zenless Zone Zero lore so that you don't have to. Contemporary civilization was destroyed by the Hollows, supernatural disasters that appeared out of nowhere. These Hollows appear
Okay.
as abnormal spherical dimensions that swallow everything they touch. Humanity's last bastion of survival lies in the city of New Eridu, which managed to thrive by acquiring the technology to be able to extract resources out of the Hollows.
Looks
New
actually
Eridu's
kinda
government
clean.
is the city administration, which consists of subdivisions including public security, defense force, and the
No,
Hollow
okay.
Investigative Association. Within the Hollows, the internal space-time environment is distorted, and dangerous mutant creatures known as the Ethereal make exploration extremely hazardous. People who get lost in the Hollows face two dire threats: attacks from these monsters and the risk of corruption that transforms humans into Ethereals themselves. This danger is precisely why the city administration restricts Hollow exploration to members of the Hollow Investigative Association, which manages official rescue missions and ethereal hunts. However, the
Oh, look at that
administration's monopoly
character.
over the Hollows has created rising tensions between enterprises, gangs, conspirators, and fanatics. Many citizens have loved ones trapped in the Hollows, but with an overwhelming number of requests and the administration's strict guidelines, getting official approval for rescue missions is nearly impossible. Meet Belle and Wise, our protagonists.
This is the
siblings.
main, right?
By day, they run a video rental
Protagonist.
store called
Or the
Random
character.
Play. By night, they work as illegal proxies. These proxies guide people through the Hollows, taking on jobs that are too risky or questionable for the administration to handle. They stay
Questionable.
connected through the Internaut, an online platform where they share advice and post commissions. Belle and Wise aren't just any proxy. They're known
Nah,
as
that's a
Phaethon,
cute
the
creature.
most famous one of all. The Hollow's distorted space-time environment makes outside communication nearly impossible. However, using a unique device called the Hollow Deep Dive or HDD system, Belle and Wise can remotely control their specially modified Bangbu Eos from safety.
Bangbu.
This remarkable system,
That's a nice
built with
name.
ancient technology discovered in the Hollows, belongs
Really
to
cute
the
creature.
Helios Institute. The Helios Institute, an academy founded by Professor Arki in Old Eridu, specialized in Hollow education and research. Belle and
wow.
Wise studied there under Carol Arna, who invented both the HDD system and EOS. When Hollow Zero, the world's largest Hollow, destroyed Old Eridu and the Helios Institute, it claimed many lives, including Carol's. Though Carol Arna was widely blamed for the catastrophe, Belle and Wise became proxies with a mission: to gather enough research and data to clear their teacher's name. ZZZ introduces an array of factions throughout the story, and the first one we meet are the Cunning Hares, led by Nicole Damara. The story starts with the Cunning Hares stealing a strongbox
What a
from
nice
the Red
trip.
Bang Gang. During their escape, Billy and Anby fall into a hollow and are trapped. Belle and Wise operate as Phaethon and assist Nicole in their rescue and the recovery of the strongbox. During the mission,
Oh my
Belle and
god, did
Wise's
you guys
system is
see the
held
jiggle
hostage by an
physics?
unknown
Now I
hacker who
understand.
blackmails them for the strongbox in exchange for their Phaethon safety. This strongbox allegedly contains extremely rare technology that allows any
I guess this
individual
gotta
the
be
ability
boss.
to enter and exit hollows with little to no limitations. The only other entity to
Are we
possess
having
such
a
technology is
Pokeballs?
the city administration.
Kinda
Belle and
looks
Wise
like
trick
it.
the hacker and are able to regain control, but in the process, their Phaethon account was wiped, including any exit maps the Cunning Hares needed to escape the Hollow safely. The strongbox contained a data chip, which the siblings download into Eos. The siblings lose consciousness and hear
That's
this
a
divine
lot of
voice
screens.
asking them to accept some ominous terms and agreements. This voice comes from what they downloaded, an AI named Fairy. Fairy can analyze hollow environments at nearly incomparable speeds, able to map out pathways, predict enemy movements, and find rifts or exits in real time. It can also manipulate parts of the environment as long as they are electronic or smart in nature. These remarkable abilities make Fairy extremely useful for allied proxies and agents. Fairy agrees to assist Bell and Wise while pursuing its own mysterious agenda. Bell and Wise's first mission with Fairy involves the Vision Corporation, which recently won
Who
a
is
bid
this
to
guy?
renovate the old cap.
This guy actually reminds me that, what was it, like Meatballs, that movie? The island where the food is dropping from the sky. This like tiny governor who eating getting a little bit like chubby as he eats more and more food. He kind of looks very similar.
Metro with the fastest and cheapest proposal. Vision's plan includes demolishing areas to construct
That's an interesting
a new metro
beard.
line. The siblings receive a commission from Neko Miyamata, who urgently requests them to stop Vision Corporation's demolition. Earlier, Nekomata had hired the Cunning Hares to retrieve a family heirloom she lost in the same hollow where the demolition is scheduled to occur. During their investigation, the Cunning Hares uncover Vision Corporation's sinister cost-cutting measures. They plan to proceed
That's an
with
interesting
demolition
name,
without
Cunning Hare.
evacuating survivors from the site. The explosives weren't just meant for clearing construction space, they were intended to eliminate all nearby residents in the process. Bell and Wise successfully stopped the train carrying the explosives, allowing residents to evacuate safely from the site. The incident exposes Vision Corporation's deception and reveals that the corporation's director, Perlman, had been manipulated by his secretary, Sarah. It's revealed
I'm
that
not shocked.
Nekomata was actually a member of the Red Fang gang from whom the Cunning Hares had stolen the strong bucks containing Fairy. She initially commissioned this dangerous mission to get revenge on the Cunning Hares, but after experiencing a change of heart, she ultimately joins them. The renovation rights to the new metro were then awarded
you
to
cannot
Bellabog
defeat them,
Industries,
join
led
them.
by Kolida. Their construction equipment is fully AI assisted, enabling unsupervised operation and safe entry into hollows. Recently, however, their equipment began malfunctioning and going rogue, with some units entering dead-end hollow without authorization. Suspecting sabotage from rival
Also, now I can kind of see that there are, these regions for very specific characters. So I assume these characters that we're seeing here, these like 4 or 5, they work really well in the game together as a team. And I assume what we see the Cunning Hares do the same thing.
companies, Bellabog commissions Bell and Wise to retrieve their equipment from Dead End Hollow. After retrieving the AI machinery, they discover the machines hadn't gone rogue due to corporate sabotage. They had
No,
detected
what
a
is this
signal
dude?
deep within the
He's
hollow.
huge.
The signal came from their master, Kors, Kalida's long-missing father and former president of Bellabog Industries. Bell and Wise receive another commission to trace the
She looks
signal
like a
source
fire
and
type
confirm if it truly
character.
originates from Kalida's father. They track it to a prototype machine Kors had developed during Bellabog's early days. When they reach the machine's cockpit, they find
No,
concerning
she looks so
bullet
cute
holes
here.
in Kors's memory unit. During their investigation, an advanced ethereal capable of machine manipulation attacks the group, prompting the city administration to investigate this unusual creature. Bell and Wise briefly collaborate with public safety to protect this unusual ethereal from theft. It's revealed that Secretary Sarah, who had manipulated Vision Corporation's director,
I haven't
Perlman,
seen the
was
characters
working
yet,
for
by the way,
another
so
mysterious organization seeking to acquire this advanced ethereal. The siblings are unable to unlock Kors's memory unit, so Nicole suggests the help of the notorious hacker Rain. However, Nicole has been receiving strange messages from Rain, who is supposedly at the allegedly haunted Ballet Twins building. While
I
the
wonder
Cunning
if someone
Hares are
living on
engaged in a legal battle
the
supporting
pinnacle.
Vision Corporation's demolition survivors, Bell and Wise investigate the Ballet Twins building. Though abandoned, the building is being maintained by Victoria Housekeeping Co., who helps the
No,
siblings
that's
search
Ellie,
for Rain.
right?
They discover that Rain had been kidnapped by mercenaries who need her hacking skills for a sinister plot: to hijack and crash the airship containing the Cunning Hares, the Vision Corporation director, and the demolition survivors into the Ballet Twins
Really?
building. Working with Victoria Housekeeping Co., the group manages to land the airship
No.
safely, though Director Perlman slips away in the chaos. With Rain's expertise, they finally decode Kors Bellabog's memory unit, revealing that the advanced ethereal they found near his prototype machine was known as Sacrifice. Rain recognizes this term from her captor's conversations. The group realizes that a single organization might be responsible for the creation of the advanced ethereal, the manipulation of Vision Corporation, and Kors Belobog's potential death.
I honestly don't know if I've seen, so far as I'm recording this video, we did only a reaction to the music videos, and I assume we haven't seen this as a playable character, so I kind of wondering if that's gonna be the case in the future.
The very same matters that Victoria Housekeeping Co. has also been
I would almost say
investigating
it
as
could
per
be
the request
possible,
of
right?
their mysterious master. To find Director Perlman, Bell and Wise seek the help of biker gangs in the Outer Ring.
Oh.
As supply couriers to the region, these gangs would have the most detailed information about the area and potentially information on Perlman's whereabouts. This leads them to the Sons of Caledon,
Nah, what a
biker
badass
gang
intro.
preparing for the Tour de Inferno, a prestigious but dangerous race through the Hollow. The winner claims the title of Overlord, granting their gang control over
Is there some
logistic
sort
routes
of
and the
minigame
entirety of the
that
outer
we can, ride the bike? I think that would be cool. As we have in the Genshin, these mini events that we doing the ping pong or whatever it is. It would be actually cool if we can do some riding, and some specific event.
Ring's oil supply. This control
Because these bikes
significantly
looks
can
really
boost
cool.
a gang's income. However, with great power comes great responsibility, so overlords must maintain fair practices in order to preserve
Oh yeah,
peace in
this
the
one.
region. Caesar King, the leader of the Sons of Caledon, is
Ooh,
determined
that's a nice
to claim
shield.
the Overlord title for her gang. When Bernice discovers Perlman and his crashed airship, she decides to capture him due to his wanted status with New Eridu Public Security. Billy
This is
informs
really
Bell and Wise
interesting.
about Perlman's capture, and
It's really interesting that animation, so far we having these 3D, then we switch into 2D modeling. It's really I really
Sons
like
of
it.
Caledon offer to share information
All these
about him,
UI
but
also
only
really
if the
clean.
siblings meet in person. However, on their way to the Outer
Oh, yeah.
Ring, a truck
These kinda,
nearly crashes
comic-like.
into them, causing Billy and the protagonist to fall
It's
into
beautiful.
a hollow. This accident was actually orchestrated by Lucius of the Vanquishers, a rival motorcycle gang whose leader Pompey
Ooh.
currently holds the Overlord title. While in the hollow, Billy and the protagonist face an
badass.
ethereal attack before Caesar and Lighter come to their rescue. It turns out Billy used to be
That
a
bike
member of the
looks
Sons
so
of
cool.
Caledon. As the Tour de Inferno approaches, Caesar offers a deal. She'll surrender Perlman in exchange for the protagonist's help, knowing
That's
their
huge.
expertise as a proxy would be valuable for hollow exploration. The Tour de Inferno is not only a competition, but a way to control dangerous levels of ether plaguing Cinder Lake, the largest oil reserve within the hollow. Ether, a substance from hollows, is what slowly corrupts unprotected sentient beings and transforms them into ethereals. During the race, bikers use spark stones to destroy ether crystals in Cinder Lake, maintaining the health of the oil reserves. While assisting the Sons of Caledon, the group faces constant sabotage from the Vanquishers. Pompey
Okay, let me actually see them because I feel like I haven't seen. I assume I might gonna seen, some shorts with this character. So I assume this will come in the future. This dude is gonna be huge, that bear with what was that, bazooka kind of weapon. I'm actually curious if they're gonna add this guy in the game.
Pompey, the current overlord, grows suspicious of Lucius, the same man who orchestrated the truck incident that nearly killed Billy and the protagonist. Pompey discovers that Lucius has been illegally trading ether with a company in New Eridu. Though ether is dangerous, New Eridu has developed technology to harness it safely as a power source. This makes ether extremely valuable in the less technologically advanced Outer Ring. To ease the rising tension, Lucius offers Pompey a questionable drink. As the Tour de Inferno begins,
Questionable.
strange events unfold.
Is
At
he gonna
Cinder
get the
Lake, it's
diarrhea?
revealed that Lucius had tampered with Pompey's Sparkstone. Rather than destroying ether crystals, it now accelerates their growth, causing ether levels to surge dangerously. The suspicious drink
more
Lucius had
dangerous.
given Pompey earlier weakens his resistance to ether contamination. Tragically, Pompey transforms into an ethereal,
Wow.
leaving the group with no choice but to end his life. With ether contamination reaching dangerous levels at Cinder Lake, Caesar makes the ultimate decision to sacrifice herself by detonating her Sparkstone. However, just when everyone believes she died, a hidden
She
hollow
didn't.
portal beneath the lake teleports her safely back to the surface. In the aftermath, Caesar assumes the role
I can't
of
wait to see this
temporary
one.
overlord,
This is gonna be
commanding both
badass,
the
I'm
Sons of
pretty
Caledon
sure.
and the Vanquishers. As promised, Caesar hands Perlman over. On their way back to New Eridu, Bell and Wise visit the Chasm, the ruins of Old Eridu which was destroyed by Hollow Zero. There they encounter Miyabi, whose mother was killed in the Hollow Zero disaster. Miyabi has sworn revenge against those responsible for the catastrophe, including the siblings' teacher, Carol Arna. This poses a significant threat to Bell and Wise's mission to clear Carol's name. Perlman finally wakes up and tries to convince the Cunning Hares that a man named Inspector Bringer is one of the masterminds working with his traitorous secretary Sarah.
Wow.
The timing is imperative, as New Eridu is in the midst of election season, with Bringer campaigning for commander of the Janus Quarter. Bringer has long been regarded as a national hero in New Eridu, having saved young Zhu Yuan's life and leading the arrest of those responsible for the Vision Corporation's demolition scheme. With such an untouchable reputation, Perlman's accusations against Bringer are serious, but he claims to possess evidence of communications and financial
This is the guy, right? It's
between
the
Bringer and
ex-mayor.
Sarah. Nicole summons the protagonist to the Outer Ring to avoid New Eridu's heightened election surveillance. She surprisingly invites Section 6, the special operations unit dedicated to responding to hollow disasters.
She's so
Nicole
cold.
clearly has
I wonder
connections,
how strong she
considering
is.
Miyabi of Section 6 is the youngest and most celebrated Void Hunter, one of the official heroes renowned for suppressing
Every time I
hollows.
see her
However,
on the
tensions
stage, she
arise
looks so
between the Cunning
badass.
Hares and Section 6 over their differing investigation methods, both legal and illegal. Their mutual suspicion eventually erupts into a fight. In the midst of their battle, both groups are suddenly ambushed by unknown mercenaries. The protagonist and Miyabi find themselves trapped inside a hollow and must work together to escape. Meanwhile, the Cunning Hares and Section 6 are forced to set aside their differences to fight off the attackers. Unfortunately, some mercenaries still manage to escape, with Perlman as their captive. The Cunning Hares and Section 6 momentarily agree to work together to investigate Bringer and the mysterious organization he might be a part of. Back at New Eridu, Bell and Wise discuss their suspicions about the mercenaries that ambushed them. They believe these attackers might belong to the same organization behind all of the previous major incidents: Kor's Bellabog's disappearance, the Ballet Twins building attack, and the airship hijacking that targeted Vision Corporation's key witnesses. Public security suddenly break in to conduct a random search on their store. The siblings are saved by Zhu Yuan and Qing Yi, who'd received a warning signal from Fairy moments before her system shut down. When Bell and Wise tell Zhu Yuan about the accusations against Bringer, she responds
really
with
funny.
disbelief. Since Bringer is her mentor and boss and someone who literally saved her life, she strongly advises them to have substantial evidence before asking for her cooperation. The only reason she's willing to investigate at all is because the esteemed Hoshimi Miyabi has vouched for their claims. Fairy was fortunately able to obtain Perlman's biosignals, so the group launches a rescue mission to save him from the mercenaries. They successfully locate Perlman, but it turns out to be a trap. Bringer uses this opportunity to arrest Section 6, charging them with aiding a criminal's movement through the hollows. Yanagi cleverly claims that only Miyabi was responsible for helping Perlman, while the rest of Section 6 had been attempting to control their rogue commander. This creates a diversion, allowing the remaining Section 6 members to plan Miyabi's future rescue. To sell her apparent instability, Miyabi throws Perlman into a hollow before Bringer and public security arrest her.
This
After
dude,
retrieving
like,
Perlman from the hollows, this poor man keeps getting
I can't
tossed
wait
around.
to see him in the game, because even on that comics or even like in this like 3D thing, he looks like really funny character. Just
Zhu
look
Yuan
at
reveals
him.
that Perlman had a tracking device implanted in his neck the entire time. This means Bringer, the lead investigator of the Vision case, could have arrested Perlman long before he reached the Outer Ring. This revelation becomes crucial evidence against Bringer. Yanagi suspects this entire situation was orchestrated to capture Miyabi, fearing that Bringer has sinister plans for her. The group contacts Miyabi's father, the head of the Hoshimi family, who reveals that their family katana contains forbidden cursed energy, a power source
I
that
think we
all
actually
previous
seen it.
family heads have wielded. However,
looks
Miyabi
badass.
is unique. Her power comes from within herself, not from the katana. If
Oh,
misused,
okay.
such power could trigger another catastrophe. Miyabi and Sarah are heading to the location of Bringer's campaign speech. A large crowd has gathered to support him, unaware that the sinister organization behind Bringer and Sarah
look at the
intends to
aura.
use Miyabi and her sword to carry out a
bang boom.
massacre. Sarah activates Miyabi's katana, unleashing a wave
wow.
of cursed energy that overwhelms Miyabi. Within the sword's realm of consciousness, Miyabi battles to maintain control and prevent herself from harming innocent people in the real world. The soul's trapped within the katana, try to coerce her to kill, but she eventually strikes a deal with the blade, ending its bloodlust.
This is gonna be so
Fortunately,
badass
Julien
if
and
I
the
can
protagonist
play that
managed to
scene.
knock Miyabi into a hollow before her katana slashes could hurt anyone. During the chaos and confusion, Bringer managed to flee the scene. Back at Random Play in New Eridu, Kalita visits Bell and Wise to inform them that Section 6 has entrusted Belobog Industries to watch over Pomin. They've also traced Bringer to Port Elpis, a dock hidden within a hollow, making it an ideal escape route for criminals. The group corners Bringer in Port Elpis, where he transforms himself into an advanced ethereal. Victoria Housekeeping Co., who had been
But why?
investigating Bringer's mysterious organization, joins the fight, as
Why
well
would
as
someone
Belobog
do such a
Industries.
thing?
All factions unite against Bringer in an intense battle. Just when hope seems lost, Miyabi arrives with the Sons of Caledon, and Section 6 delivers the final blow to
Saved
defeat
by the
Bringer
bell.
once and for all. After this epic battle, we're treated to this really cool ending credits scene, but I heavily advise you to stay to see what happens next. If you stay after the credits, Bell
Okay.
and Wise return to Port Elpis to confront what remains of Bringer.
That's
They
good to know,
demand
so I'm not
what
gonna be
happened to their
skipping.
teacher, Carol Arna. During their battle, Bringer had summoned a giant hand, the same one that had allegedly taken their
Another
teacher
Thanos.
away on the day Old Erdu fell. When Bringer self-destructs,
Snap.
Bell and Wise emerge completely unscathed, revealing their glowing robotic eyes. Ooh, are they human or not? We've seen their glowing eyes
That's
before,
an interesting
but surviving
question.
This explosion raises
I thought they're
even more
using it to
questions.
controlling the
A few
bamboo.
days later, the protagonist goes to Lumina Square to meet up with their online friend, who turns out to be Astra Yao, a famous singer and actress in New Eridu.
Online friends. Sometimes it's the very opposite, right? How many online friends you got and like turn out to be like this kind
It's
of...
her birthday, and Astra's only wish is to escape her pop star obligations for one carefree day. However, her personal guard, Evelyn Chevalier, insists she return back to her scheduled event at Lumina Square. This quest serves as a teaser for upcoming agents and factions that will be introduced in future updates. And that's all
Okay.
you need to know to be caught up to the entire main story of Zenless Zone Zero so far.
Okay, I feel like I have to watch this video maybe 2 more times to get a little bit more details. But overall, what we've seen, the music videos, this basically entire story up till this version, and perhaps the following character demo that I am about to do probably the next few days, I am genuinely really excited about this game. I know it's kind of like a fighting style, but I believe it could be really fun. And like I said, the story seems to be really interesting. Also, as we watching this kind of scene, it seems like that we've seen maybe 6 more potential characters, at least based on my kind of intuition, which even I believe this game isn't here for even like a 1 year, and we got already so many characters. And assuming it's from the Hoyoverse, I think I might gotta be really wise when it comes to pulling for the characters. So maybe you can guys like give me some tips. Who should I be aiming for, you know, to pull? And perhaps you in the next reaction or maybe on the stream. So meanwhile, have a lovely day and take care.